Motionless is their action like asleep. Now this is all about these typal beings. They're not beings that evolve. They are gods, they are presences, and they are keepers of the immutable decree. And there are many of them. It is said in Savitri at some point that each of us have two of these guardians with us throughout our entire life. We don't feel them, we don't see them, but if we can, pardon? What?
2 or 12?
2. One on each side of us, actually. So, a deep surrender is their source of might, because they don't take any part in our falsehood, in our limited progress. A still identity their way to know. Motionless is their action like asleep. So it seems that their action seems to be motionless and like asleep, but they are acting all the time to help us. And now we have proof that there are beings from other planets willing to help us also. And there's a very interesting story that I should share with you. In Nevada, in this hidden area, occult actually, where the US has all their newest developments, they had built a weapon so powerful that it could wipe out humanity without destroying buildings or anything. Just wipe out mankind wherever they wished. And one day, a spaceship came over this Nevada place and in an instant destroyed that entire weapon. At the same time, another spaceship hovered over Russia because Russia had developed the same weapon and they destroyed it also. So we do have beings that are looking over us, and we have the Mother's words that there will be no 7th pralaya. In other words, the earth has been actually destroyed 6 times. Mother said there would not be a 7th. So that's very, very important. So we'll move on a little bit. Immobile, seeing the millenniums pass, untouched, while the long map of fate unrolls, they look on our struggle with impartial eyes. And that's the key word there, impartial ideas. They don't take sides. And yet, without them, cosmos could not be. So this is something that people really don't think about, that we have all these beings helping us, impervious to desire and doom and hope. Their station of inviolable might, moveless, upholds the world's enormous task. Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit. Its yearning lasts by their indifference. As the height draws the low ever to climb, as the breadths draw the small to adventure vast, their aloofness drives man to surpass himself. So it is said that God guides, but He never goads. He never pricks us with the goad. He just guides us. And I tell you, that is the most important thing for us to remember about the integral yoga, is that each of us have our own predestined path. Why is it predestined? Because we've come from many, 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 many births to be here at this time. Actually, thousands of births to be here now. And I think that we have to take this into cognizance and realize that we are so blessed to be here at this moment. Why is this moment so special? A few pages back, we read about Kalki, remember? And he comes on this white horse. But Mother says Kalki is Sri Aurobindo. And he is the last avatar. There will be no avatars after this. We will rise into Satchidananda. And in Satchidananda, which is the highest before the transcendent, there will be no duality, no falsehood, no evil possible. So this is very important. Now we continue to talk about these beings, these immortal beings. But remember, they're typal. They do not have the ability to evolve. They're gods, helpers. As the breaths draw the small to adventure vast, their aloofness drives man to surpass himself. Our passion heaves to wed the eternal's calm. Our dwarf search mind to meet the omniscience light. Our dwarf search hyphenated mind, because the mind that we have is totally ignorant. We think we have all these great ideas. They are not ours. They come from the universal vastness. Our thoughts, our desires, even our intuitions are not ours. Nothing is ours in the realm of ignorance. Only when we leap above the physical mind into the higher mind and the spiritual dimensions can we say then we truly know something. Our helpless hearts to enshrine the omnipotence force. A lot of people say omnipotent. That is not correct. It's the omnipotent. Acquiescing in the wisdom that made hell and the harsh utility of death and tears acquiescing in the gradual steps of time, careless they seem of the grief that stings the world's heart. Notice Sri Aurobindo uses careless they seem, not they are. They seem careless. Careless of the pain that rends its body and life. Above joy and sorrow is that grandeur's walk. They have no portion in the good that dies. Mute, pure, they share not in the evil done. Else might their strength be marred and could not save. So important. All this passage is about these beings, these gods, these great helpers who are immune to truth and falsehood and all the dualities in which we live. Else might their strength be marred and could not save. Alive to the truth that dwells in God's extremes, awake to a motion of all-seeing force, the slow outcome of the long, ambiguous years, and the unexpected good from woeful deeds. The immortal sees not as we vainly see. How can there be good from woeful deeds? It's a good question. So, someone kills an evil leader. That's a woeful deed. To enable a true leader to arrive. And there are so many instances we could give. Now, the immortal sees not as we vainly see. Because he's immortal, he sees everything. He's aware of everything. He is everything. And everything is him. He looks on hidden aspects and screened powers. He knows the law and natural line of things, undriven by a brief life's will to act. And of course we have, all of us, a will, but it's in a brief life. We live to 100, 120, and we're gone. Unharassed by the spur of pity and fear, he makes no haste to untie the cosmic knot, or the world's torn, jarring heart to reconcile. In time, he waits for the eternal hour. So the divine is in no hurry, because in every being in this world, and there are billions of them, he is experiencing different aspects of himself. And that's why it's called the game of Leela. Chance, fate, karma. Leela is best described because it's a play in which the Supreme Divine, coming down from his transcendent sphere creates forms, millions of forms, and experiences himself in those millions of forms, which he could not do if he was simply transcendent, when there is all perfection, silence, no movement at all. So the movement that he creates, it begins with the supramental. The supramental is the creator of all life. In time, he waits for the eternal's hour. Yet a spiritual secret aid is there, while a tardy evolution's coils wind on. Well, there's no doubt about that. Now we see that the earth is millions, billions of years old. Science has discovered all of this. And so, this tardy evolution winds on with its different coils, its experiences, its movements. And nature hews her way through adamant. Adamant here is like a stone, something hard like a stone. So nature, who is actually the Divine Mother, who has reduced herself from her transcendent sphere and works on earth as Gaia or nature. And she's doing that through this adamant, this solid, resistant life in all of us. And yet, a divine intervention, thrones above. I have to go to another page. Now I've got, that's right. So, this is one of the great passages from Sri Aurobindo. Such a passage that it lifts us above ourselves. He begins with the line, alive in a dead, rotating universe. It seems dead to us. We whirl not here upon a casual globe, abandoned to a task beyond our force. Well, this globe is not casual, because Sri Aurobindo tells us that it is the home of the Divine Presence, and therefore it must become divine itself. And we are seeing the changes before us, because those changes are appearing everywhere. We have the internet, we have Grok and AI. We have something Mother told me, that the plants would be the first to evolve, because their entire life is a search for light. Now, he's going to tell us a little bit more. Even through the tangled anarchy called fate. Well, yes, it is fate. It is karma. We are here to break through our karma and reach a higher level of consciousness. and through the bitterness of death and fall, an outstretched hand is felt upon our lives. It is near to us. It is near us in unnumbered bodies and births. And this, for me, has been something to realize, that even those who seem to be anarchic and tangle themselves in this fate or karma, they are still our brothers and sisters. An outstretched hand is felt upon our lives. It is near us in unnumbered bodies and births. In its unslackening grasp, it keeps for us safe the one inevitable supreme result no will can take away, and no doom change. And what is that? The crown of conscious immortality. So Sri Aurobindo is telling us we are all going to become immortal, not having to change this body every few years and come back down again. And the problem of most of the Buddhists and the Christians and the Advaitists is that if you were there and you come down and then you return again, why did you come? What was the reason for coming? If there was just coming down, experiencing all of this horror, and going back up. And that's where Sri Aurobindo differs so greatly, because he tells us that we are here to become immortal, and the earth is going to become the home of the divine. And now he will go into this a little deeper. And it's so beautiful, I tell you. This passage is something so high. The crown no will can take away, and no doom change. The crown of conscious immortality, the Godhead promised to our struggling souls when first man's heart dared death and suffered life. One who has shaped this world is ever its Lord. Our errors are his steps upon the way. And what does he do? He works through the fierce vicissitudes of our lives. He works through the hard breath of battle and toil. He works through our sins and sorrows and our tears. His knowledge overrules our nescience. Whatever the appearance we must bear, whatever our strong ills and present fate, when nothing we can see but drift and bail, a mighty guidance leads us still through all. What a passage. The divine is with us at every moment. Let's go through those lines again. He works through the fierce vicissitudes of our lives. He works through the hard breath of battle and toil. He works through our sins and sorrows and our tears. His knowledge overrules our nescience. Whatever the appearance we must bear, whatever our strong ills and present fate, when nothing we can see but drift and bail. And isn't that true for us now? We can't see the next day, we can't see the next moment. We can't see what's going to happen in this war or that war. Is there going to be peace, or is there going to be continuous hatred? A mighty guidance leads us still through all. After we have served this great divided world, God's bliss and oneness are our inborn right. So when we look at the term predestination, it doesn't mean what the Western mind sees it as. Everything is fatally determined. But predestination means here we are on a road of our own, leading to our own predestination. And now he tells us, a date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown, an anniversary of the birth sublime, and note that he capitalizes birth, the true birth, divine, a divine and sublime birth. Our soul shall justify its checkered walk. All will come near that now is naught or far. These calm and distant mights shall act at last, immovably ready for their destined task. The ever-wise, compassionate brilliances, notice he capitalizes brilliances, 2 lines before he capitalized mights, await the sound of the incarnate's voice. The incarnate is the divine. To leap and bridge the chasms of ignorance and heal the hollow, yearning gulfs of life and fill the abyss that is the universe. So I'll read a little bit more and end at the break. Here, meanwhile, at the Spirit's opposite pole, in the mystery of the deeps that God has built for his abode below the thinker's sight, in this compromise of a stark, absolute truth, with the light that dwells near the dark end of things, in this tragic comedy of divine disguise, this long, far seeking for joy ever near, in the grandiose dream of which the world is made, in this gold dome on a black dragon base, the conscious force that acts in nature's breast, a dark-robed laborer in the cosmic scheme, carrying clay images of unborn gods, executrix of the inevitable idea. The Divine Mother is the executrix. Hampered, enveloped by the hoops of fate, patient trustee of slow, eternal time, absolves from hour to hour her secret charge. All she foresees in masked, imperative depths, the dumb intention of the unconscious gulfs, answers to a will that sees upon the heights, and the evolving words, first syllable, ponderous, brute sense, contains its luminous close. Privy to a summit victory's vast descent, and the portent of the soul's immense uprise. Now all this is about Mother and what she is doing. She is the patient trustee of slow, eternal time. Now the Divine does not want to rush this scenario because He's enjoying the play. And if everything was perfect immediately, where would be the game? So it's a slow process. And for many of us, it's a long and difficult and challenging process. But the Mother here is with us. And she is the executrix of the inevitable idea. And idea is capitalized, so it actually means the supermind. She is absolving from hour to hour her secret charge. And she foresees everything in masked, imperative depths. She sees the dumb intention of the unconscious gulfs. She answers to a will that sees upon the heights, and the evolving words, first syllable, Om.
Is it going to be within this time, or it's going to be 100 years or?
Well, that's a good question. It depends on us and how quickly we can grow, how fast we can get rid of our desires, our thoughts, our, what shall I say, our laziness of the human body. So it does depend alone on us. But if we're even a little open, then God can come through. And even more, if we are unified within a group, the power is greater. The power for peace and unity becomes much, much more advanced. So,
I have another comment to make. Earlier, you said that the Buddhists, the Christians, etc., they say that we are coming and we're going and we are coming and going again. And we say that what is the reason of doing that? But they believe, the Buddhists, from what I understand, that every coming down makes us take more conscious.
makes us more what?
To become more conscious that...
Yes, with each new birth, we bring something from the past,
Yes.
and we also bring the things that we have to work out.
And we also bring the things that...
The things that we have to work out from the past, that we did not complete in that past life. But always there's a progress.
Yes.
The Egyptians used to say that you'll become an animal. That is not true.
It's not.
We always progress
Yes.
with each birth.
Right. That is the reason, according to them. But certainly, if we are all super conscious, then there's no reason to come down again. I think.
Exactly. But that also happens with the Buddhists.
Yeah.
They see this world, this physical world, as an illusion that has no meaning at all. So they live their life by going into the silence, the depths, but not God. God is not there. It's just a place of peace. But it's really an escape, Sri Aurobindo says, because our real work is here, changing ourselves and the earth.